goodbye to the Gold Coast, and we're hitting the road again, and it's been hella fun. Lots and lots of adventures, Byron Bay, sunsets, family get-togethers, just amazing times. I have just said goodbye to my daughter, and she is flying out tonight back to Canada. I said goodbye to my son yesterday, well actually the night before, because he ended up spending the last night at his dad's. And it's that moment, you know, where I'm going to feel a little bit weird, because it's been so, you know, so nice having them around, and you know, combinations of one and the other, and both of them, and busyness, and you know, driving up and down between, you know, the Gold Coast and Byron and Brisbane, and very busy kind of week, really. My heart is full. I am happy, even though I'm feeling a bit teary at the moment. Yeah, I'm in Brisbane at the moment, and because Pixie Angel has her assistance dog assessment, which was supposed to be a couple of weeks ago, which was when I was driving to Brisbane from the Sunshine Coast, was when my truck broke down. So obviously we had to reschedule that, and because I knew I had this holiday with the kids and that was kind of my next priority, I scheduled it for just after they've gone, which is tomorrow. And that's why I'm staying here at the caravan park near Cleveland, which is where the dog trainer is, and we do the assessment at Cleveland Shopping Centre. So yesterday I drove into Cleveland. I'd been in there when Sebastian was here, and we sort of sussed it out as far as busking potential, and I didn't end up busking at all the whole time down at the Gold Coast because it was windy, really windy, and sort of a little bit drizzly rain on and off. It just wasn't busk-worthy weather, and then just, even though it was school holidays, there just wasn't a lot of pedestrian traffic around at all. So, and I was kind of exhausted from my pushing myself to get there in the first place the week before. So I had a week off basically, and the first time I've been busking again was yesterday. So yeah, a full week and a bit since I'd busked last. I did pretty okay. I only busked for 2 hours, an hour in one spot, and then I moved to another spot because I needed to have a break in between to go use the loo. And you know, I was sort of sussing out which sort of spots were well. Got some really nice feedback. The shopping centre, one of the guys from that works at the shopping centre came out and said, "You're the best busker we've ever had here. This is so good." And people were telling me they really enjoyed the music, and it was beautiful, and it was really nice, kind of the way the shops were laid out, where I wasn't, like, you know, annoying any one particular shopkeeper. Like, you know, I made sure I picked spots like outside a bank, or, you know, in places where, yeah, it wasn't going to sort of piss anyone off. And if anyone did get pissed off, I would have just moved. But the council, I'd applied for a permit, and they'd already said to me, you don't need a permit, just be mindful that, you know, if anyone gets upset and asks you to move, be prepared to move. So I was prepared to move. So when I see this guy walking towards me from the shopping centre with the official shirt on and everything, and I'm thinking, oh, here we go. I'm bracing myself to get moved on, and he's like, "You're the best busker we've ever had." I was like, "Oh, thank you. I thought you were going to move me on." He's like, "No, we really appreciate it." So that was good, and I think I made $55, which I was really happy about, because I had no money left whatsoever from all the petrol I'd put in, and you know, meals out, Ubers, just, you know, in holiday mode. And I didn't want to sort of feel like, you know, I was holding back. I'd been preparing for this. I'd been really, you know, this is what I had wanted to do, would be to just be able to enjoy a holiday with my kids and not worry about it. But as a consequence, my bank balance went to zero very quickly, and I was like, if I hadn't gone busking yesterday, I wasn't gonna eat. Like, I had rolled in here paid for the week here, that's it, I'm done, and I don't get paid for another week. So I was like, yeah, you really need to go busking. So I was happy with that. I was able to get at least some food and get enough to jump on the Stradbroke ferry, which Brittany and I were going to do today. We were going to go to Stradbroke Island. It's like $20 on the ferry. We'd done it last time I was here and really enjoyed it, but I don't know if you can tell, but that was going to be today's plan on her last day. And of all the days, we've had quite nice weather last few days. When we were at Byron, it was beautiful, and now it's just rainy and we've had a storm pass through, so that put a kind of a dampener literally on our plans for Stradbroke Island. So we ended up just chilling a little bit here in the caravan and catching up, which was nice. So yeah, I also caught up with my ex-husband, my kid's dad. It was his birthday down the Gold Coast. We had a big lunch with all the extended family, his brothers and sister and their partners and children, and his dad, like, you know, the people that used to be my family once upon a time. So that was actually really nice, and we hadn't done that sort of thing probably since, I think, since Sebastian's 21st birthday, which was like 6 years ago. Hadn't kind of gotten together with the extended family for a while. So that was really fun. We all got along super great. And then after that, Sebastian and I, Brittany went off to catch up with some of her friends who were also on the Gold Coast. Sebastian and I walked into Surfers Paradise, went to that infinity light show kind of place with the lasers and the, oh my gosh, so much fun. And we went to that like years ago when it was like, and we were trying to work it out. Like, the kids were really little, and it's still really cool, like 15 something years later. I don't know. Yeah, long time ago. It's really cool. If you're ever in Surfers Paradise, do yourself a favor, go to Infinity. You sort of, it's like a maze. You kind of walk through from one room to another, and there's lots of kind of illusions with mirrors and laser lights, and they play kind of cool music, and I don't know, it's just a real trippy experience, a sensory kind of wow. How do they do that? I want to live here.
Yeah.
I want to live here.
Wow.
My brain just goes, woo, like when we were in there. I just really enjoyed it like a little kid. And Sebastian and I really enjoyed doing that together. So that was kind of fun. And then we ended up going back down to where I was camped down at Coolangatta. And then the next day, the kids and I drove to Byron Bay and had a beautiful day on the beach at Byron Bay and had lunch down there, and then Brittany picked up a camper van that she had rented for a couple of days, and so she had a couple of days, and Sebastian and I drove up here together. So yeah, there's been lots of activity and lots of driving and lots of back and forth and packing down camp and setting up camp and packing down camp and setting up camp. So I will be, after Pixie's test tomorrow, I'm here until Tuesday. I usually try to travel on a Tuesday because it's not a day that everyone else caravan wise tends to travel on. Most people are rolling in and out on Fridays and Mondays, the weekend people. So I find Tuesdays is always a good day to roll in and out. You can get easier, better sights and things like that, and there's less traffic on the road. So that's my travel day, and I'm going back down to the Gold Coast again to do some busking, seeing as I've got a permit and I really need to make up some money. And the plan is to just, you know, as soon as I've got enough money together to fill this car back up with petrol again and have enough to pay the next lot of campground fees, then I'm going to slowly start inching my way in a southward direction via the coast, which I don't usually do. I mean, when I do this back and forth trip, I usually take the inland Newell Highway route because it's cheaper and it's less traffic. As far as camping, it's a lot cheaper. But I'm gonna, because I can busk now, I'm gonna try busking my way down the coast road, and also go to a big event called Chrome Fest at the entrance, which is happening at the end of October. So I'm pretty keen to go to that and catch up with my friend Carolyn from My Tiny Caravan, who you probably hear me talk about quite a bit because she has, you know, done things like bought me this gorgeous fuzzy pink flamingo and my beautiful flowery lampshade that I have, and my little Lisa mug. She always gives me pretty little pink treats and I just love her to bits, and she's just a style queen. Her caravans, if you haven't already checked them out on Instagram, My Tiny Caravan is her little blue one, and then she's got another one called Eugenie the Royal, which is totally different colors. They're both gorgeous caravans, and she does actually shop styling as her thing, so she's got a knack for making things look absolutely beautiful. So the caravans will be on display at whatever that festival is, Chrome Fest at the entrance. I think it's 27th 29th October, something like that. That's my plan. And when I say plan, my plan assuming that everything goes according to plan, which may or may not happen in my life, I don't know. But the truck's running great, thank goodness. And oh, good news, today, many more days than they said would happen, RACV finally put the $250 back into my account from the tow truck driver that I'd been charged like however many weeks ago it was now. Finally got my money back today, which again was very timely because, as I said, like up until yesterday when I went busking and made $55, I had no money and no food, so I was really hoping that it would come before I had to travel again on Tuesday. Whew. Thank goodness for that. So talk about living life on the edge and down to the wire. Thank you RACV for reimbursing me the $250 that the tow truck company shouldn't have charged me. It took a lot of phone calls, even more than the video. I was still having to chase people up long after that. More phone calls, more emails, but credit to them. They did actually refund me my money, so that was a bonus. So yeah, anyway, my heart is full. I'm feeling thankful. I'm, you know, spending time with those beautiful humans I made is pretty awesome, and having some time with, you know, the other family was really awesome too. And thank you, Martin, for including me in that. I really appreciated that. And yeah, some, you know, a bit of uncertainty in the future as to plans and what I'm doing, but I'm just kind of trying to be open-minded and embrace this nomadic busking lifestyle in a way that will make me feel I'm just going to be and stay and play music in places where I feel I am appreciated and wanted, and if that stops being the case, then I'll be rolling on somewhere else. Other than that, no real agenda as to a destination in mind. I'm just going to be floating around for a while, bringing my music to whatever interesting things happen to be going on around me at the time, without too much scheduling involved, hopefully, because my life just doesn't seem to work that way as far as schedules and being on other people's commitments. That's pretty much my update. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you appreciate the beautiful scenery of these beautiful beaches, and I'm knackered, and I'm just going to have a very early night tonight, watch some Netflix on my tablet, and get ready for Pixie's test tomorrow, which is quite anxiety provoking for me to go through that. I'll be so glad when that is over, and then I'll feel like I have my brain back for a little while. And I'm looking forward to going back to the beach and actually just having a holiday from my holiday. So, talk to you soon. Bye.